Good morning, I'm Steve Slocum, and welcome to the Squeaky Wheel Commentary. Today's topic, 18-wheelers, semis, big rigs, road wreckers, bulldogs, and freight shakers. We've got some miles to make, so welcome to the Williston Basin, where gravel trucks are unaffectionately known as the hyenas of the highways.
Oh, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 17, 18 wheels on a big rig. Everybody, here we go. Oh, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 17, 18 wheels on a big rig. And they're rolling, 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 roll. Okay, let's back them up. Here we go. Oh, there's 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 4, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, wheels on a big rig. Okay, just even numbers. Oh, there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 wheels on a big ring. Yeah. And they're rolling, 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 rolling. Okay, just the odd numbers. Here we go. Oh, there's 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17 wheels. Oh, you're so smart in math, yeah. Okay, well, how about Roman numerals, Mr. Smart Bob? Oh, there's I, V, X, I, X, V, wheels on a big rig, and they're rolling. Okay, get out your wrist calculator. Let's divide the wheels by pi. Here we go. Oh, there's 3.14185551212901346 and they're rolling, 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 rolling.
Haywood, you're mind-boggling.
You know, I didn't used to, but after the last 5 years, I have to go on record saying that I really, really don't like semis. I realize my standard of living would suffer without them. However, my quality of life is already suffering with the thousands of trucks in the Williston Basin. I know the vast majority of big rig drivers are highly trained professionals with tens of thousands of incident-free hours on the road. I also assume they are good people as well. Yes, sir, I used to be okay with semis until about 158,719 of them showed up in the Williston Basin. Like the old saying goes, there is such a thing as too much of a good thing. Before 2008, a windshield's life expectancy in the Williston Basin was around 32 months. In 2011, another study was done, and the life of a vehicle's windshield had fallen to a little over 16 hours. This is according to the highly respected studies by the firm of Chipped, Cracked, and Busted. I speak from experience, though, for as I speak, the windshield on my pickup has multiple chips with a virtual map of the Yellowstone River, complete with most of the tributaries, all in lovely window cracks. I know I should replace it because I could easily pick up a map of the Yellowstone River drainage just about anywhere, but you can bet the new glass wouldn't last long. This isn't the first new windshield I put in my pickup, but I think it's the third, and every chip, crack, or spider web I've gotten has come from semis. I actually saw a rock that fell off a hyena's truck and take out a side window on the driver's side of a minivan I happened to be following. No, I'm not a big rig fan, not even close. I really don't know why anyone in the Williston Basin that wasn't making their living with a semi would be a fan. I believe it was a year or so back that the state of North Dakota set up a pretty intense truck inspection routine over a day or so in the Williston Basin. I remember that nearly 25% of those semis stopped and had been inspected had some safety concern attached to them. Could have been anything from bad brakes, bald tires, to unlicensed drivers behind the wheel. Want to know what happened from the state after that? Nothing from the state to truly get ahead of the high probability of the accidents waiting to happen. Then the question should be, should these even be considered accidents? In a state that loves and respects its citizens, you should have expected truck weigh stations open 24 hours and a lot more highway patrolmen and truck regulatory troopers on the highways. That didn't happen. What about rest areas? As far as I know, there really aren't any in the Williston Basin, save for maybe on I-94 close to Dickinson. Wouldn't you think that a state trying to safely and responsibly develop a world-class oil and gas play could provide some havens along the highways, especially when the industry driving the play goes 24/7, 365 days a year? Wouldn't you? Let's all think about that for a minute. I'll be right back after we pull into a fairy tale rest stop for a little break in the Williston Basin. I'm back. Our musical centerpiece today was a fun little big rig song called 18 Wheels on a Big Rig by Haywood Banks. That Roman numeral thing? crazy. Without a doubt, those of you listening today have had your own experiences with semis. You've got your own windshield meets the rock stories. You've been splash slimed, cut off, or pulled out in front of. You've had them ride in your rear bumper or been locked in behind a pack or 4 or 5 or more trucks, making it impossible to pass. Ask anyone in the Williston Basin, and they'll have at least one semi-truck story for you. I've talked with dozens of folks who have been scared off certain roads because of truck traffic and the foolish driving decisions trucks seem to force from others in smaller vehicles sharing the road with them. There have been plenty of accidents under this scenario and countless more near misses. How many out there listening today have been driving along the highway and watched as a big truck came up to the highway on a county road and found yourself saying something like this to the passenger traveling with you? He'll stop, won't he? He's going to stop, isn't he? He's not stopping. He's pulling. Oh, he's pulling right out in front of us. How many of you have been forced into superhuman evasive action because of the failure of a semi to follow the rules of the road? Once again, I am positive the vast, vast majority of big rig drivers are among the very best in the world, but I don't care who you are. It cannot be denied that there are some very bad drivers behind the wheels of some very big trucks in the Williston Basin. If only 1% of them are crummy drivers, that's almost 1,600 very heavy trucks that might not pass a safety inspection either, that could be pulling out in front of your daughter, your mother, or your family. Trucks were also a huge early indicator the state of North Dakota should have realized to begin to see the scope of what was about to befall western North Dakota starting in 2007. We have the North Dakota Highway Patrol patrolling and the NDDOT maintaining the highways, and I'll just bet they saw an uptick in semi-traffic after 2008. Even so, what was done to erase the impacts from heavy trucks? I'm not just talking about road destruction. I'm talking about them being parked in every single spot one could turn around in every town throughout the Williston Basin. Williston's Walmart, True Value, and Tractor Supply parking lots were crushed under the weight and volumes of trucks using them, regardless of the signage posted at every single one of them. A big part of good governance is when a state recognizes a problem and acts to solve it. Western District legislators drove the same white-knuckle roads the rest of us did. They had to have seen the massive numbers of trucks parked willy-nilly in every conceivable place, and they had to see the effects of these trucks on private business parking lots. Why didn't any of them offer any solutions over the last 5 years? What would it have cost to take a few state-owned sections of land near our major highways and communities and turn them into temporary truck parking lots for trucks to park in overnight? But nothing was done, and at great expense to many private businesses and properties. Yeah, North Dakota is great for business. I'm Steve Slocum, and this is the Squeaky Wheel Commentary. Send me an email with your thoughts, and let's continue to squeak together until the needed grease is returned to the place where the newfound wealth of our state originated it from. Send your email to squeakywheelradio@yahoo.com. Until next week, drive defensive, and I'll see you later.